Hi, I'm Roman Loyola from Macworld. We've got in the new Mac Mini, an old Mac Mini that we have here.
A very old one.
Very old one. This is actually a 2010, but the design hasn't changed. So insides, we're not going to worry about that, but the case itself is pretty much the same. We have an iPhone XS just to show as like scale to give you people watching an idea of the size. So, but
yeah,
here
go
it
ahead
is.
and open it up.
The new Mac Mini, it's still in its shrink wrap.
You just came from an Apple meeting.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm going to take the shrink wrap off of it. I don't know why people shrink wrap anymore, but I guess it's
Yeah, so just go over the specs real quick. Like
So-
what processor is in it, what RAM?
So this Mac Mini is the 3.6 gigahertz quad core Core i3. So this is with 8 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4 RAM. It has a 128 gigabyte SSD. It has the Intel UHD Graphics 630. So this is the
This is the base.
$799.
This is the base model, right?
This is the $799 model, the base model.
Because it does come. You can open it up. Because
So-
it does come with, an option is a 6-core machine,
Yes.
and obviously more RAM.
So the next step up is a 6-core, but this is the entry level. So like a lot of Apple products, you get this little tab that you pull out. And we'll go quickly what's in the box.
Yeah, real quick.
So you get this, this is the paperwork.
The
or
stickers,
pamphlet.
more stickers.
Are there stickers in here?
There's always stickers.
Oh, they are stickers in here. So stickers, Mac Mini little pamphlet here.
All right.
So,
And probably just, I'm assuming, one power cable.
and then there's one power cable, yes. And the power supply is actually built into the Mac Mini, so you don't have a brick.
Oh,
It's
different.
just a cable.
It's a dark cable this time.
It's
Okay.
a black cable this time, used to white, and that's pretty much it in the box. So put
Yeah,
this
let's
aside.
open it up.
So we'll take the wraps off of this. So
Which
here.
is always the best part of
Yes.
getting a new thing.
So then like
It's a
that.
dark one.
And there's Mac Mini. That's the bottom of obviously.
Is this the first year they're coming in this color?
So this is the first year that's in the space gray.
Okay.
So here it is next to the old design.
You can put it right on top. I just want to
So-
see if it's the exact same size.
It's
It's pretty much the exact,
pretty much the exact
same
same size, yeah. So
And I noticed that on that there's a corner that's dark. Is that like an IR? No, it's just design.
yeah, I think it's just
The design.
right. Actually, you peel it off.
Oh, okay.
Because
Oh,
that
okay.
unveils the ports.
Ooh, so they give you one more little thing to
Yeah.
unwrap.
So
Yeah, but while we're here, let's just go over the ports.
this is the power port. The power supply is built in. Ethernet. This is regular 10 gigabit.
Regular is 1 gig.
Right, regular gigabit Ethernet.
But I think it said 10 gig was an option, right?
10 gig is an option. You can get a 10 gig option. This does not have 10 gig.
Yeah.
So 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, HDMI, and 2 USB-A ports. And there's a headphone jack. There is actually a headphone jack on
Well,
this
at least,
one.
yeah. At least they give you some Type A's.
Yeah. And this is just a big fan vent.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. And so I
that's
think
pretty much...
one question that a lot of people are having is, or at least their plan is, to upgrade the RAM themselves.
Yes.
And I think on the old one it was real easy to do. And from the video, from the announcement, it kind of made it seem like it was easy to do.
Yeah. So this one doesn't look like you can...
So the old one, you just twisted that thing off.
So to open this one up, there's an indicator here that you line up with the dot. So of course the open one means it's open. And so then you should be able to pry it off. So there's the old internals. You got the fan, the RAM here that you can upgrade. If you just pull it out. And then you can put in more RAM.
Super easy.
Yeah, it's really easy. There's even a diagram here to show you how to properly put in the RAM. And I believe the storage device, the drive, is underneath all of this. This is the Bluetooth module.
But not only the RAM was upgradable?
Yeah, you can't really... I mean, if you were willing to take this apart, you know, you run that risk though of like not being able to put it back properly.
But this seemed easy enough to do.
Yeah. This one doesn't have any indicators at all. Actually, Apple says that even though the RAM is
SODIMMs.
they're SODIMMs, and you can change the RAM after you buy the Mac Mini, but they say it's a service provider upgrade. So in other words, they want you to go to the Apple Store and have them install it. They do not want users to go in here and open it up and install RAM on their own.
So it's not twisting open easily.
So it's not twisting open. There's no indicator like on the old Mac Mini. I don't see any apparent screws around it or anything. So,
Okay, so at first glance, it doesn't seem like it might not be that easy to do yourself, and Apple is saying they don't really...
Apple doesn't really want you to go in there and do it yourself.
Because that's how they make those dough. That dough.
So what I was told was that because of the way the fan and other internals are configured, they really want you to bring it to a service provider because they don't want you to mess up how it's constructed, and that could lead to your Mac Mini failing.
So we might have to wait till like an iFixit teardown or something like that.
To see what the insides look like. So yeah, it's not. It doesn't look like it opens up easily at all. I've been twisting and it's not budging at all. So
okay, so what's coming up? What are you working on now?
So I'm going to be working on a full review of this. I'm going to be running a bunch of benchmarks.
We'll add an eGPU to do some testing with that.
Yeah, well, we have a eGPU that we will take a look at, the Blackmagic eGPU. So we'll attach it to this, see what kind of performance we get, run some benchmarks, compare them to some other Macs that we have, and see how well this performs. Now, Apple said that this is, 5 times faster than the previous iMac, but of course, or the previous Mac Mini. But of course, the previous Mac Mini was a 4-year-old machine.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this has an 8th generation Core i3.
Integrated graphics. Yeah, we should see how it compares against iMacs and whatnot.
So.
All right, cool. So yeah, stay subscribed to Macworld and check us out at macworld.com, right?
Yeah, check us out on macworld.com. Check us out on our YouTube channel. And we'll have more on the Mac Mini coming up. After shooting this video, I played around with the bottom of the Mac Mini a little bit more and figured out how to take off the bottom cap. What you need is a little something to pry the cap off. So I have this plastic thing, and it just kind of pops off really easily. It doesn't actually take a lot of work. And then that gets to the bottom. So, and you see there are 6 screws here. They're torque wrenches that require a torque wrench.
Yeah, so just go ahead and open it.
Yeah, so I use a T6. All right, here we go. Oh, see, there's a cable connecting. As you can see, the Bluetooth module to the motherboard. So that's one thing you have to try and...
Does it look like it's soldered in there, or is it like a...
The cable?
Yeah.
It looks like it is connected. I can't tell if it's soldered, but...
But in other words, it's not easily accessible memory like the previous one.
Right. And if you can see, there's actually a cage.
And is it? Can you see it hidden beneath that?
I can't tell if that's... Yeah, I can't see. So what you need to do is you need to remove this fan in order to access that. So it's a little more difficult than before.
Cool. Thanks for the update.
Sure.